million at risk underneath this winter storm. And as we head into tonight, we're really going to start to see those temperatures drop ahead of it. But right now we're seeing temperatures in the 40s and 30s. Roanoke currently 46, South Boston 51, Hot Springs is currently 32, and Independence is currently 42. Everywhere else within the upper 30s to low 40s, and we are going to cool off quite a bit tonight, getting into the teens across the board. New River Valley seeing a low of 15, so is the Highlands. Roanoke seeing a low of 18 degrees, Lynchburg 18 as well, and Southside will get down to 20 degrees come overnight. Now, it is very, very important that you stay prepared for this system, especially if you are having to travel throughout it. Now, we do recommend you stay home, but understand that that is not always feasible. So that said, make sure you have most, if not all of these supplies in your vehicle if you are heading out this weekend or plan to travel even into the early portions of this next week. Now, taking a look back at our temperatures, cooling off very, very quickly, as well as seeing a pretty brutal wind chill, especially going into tomorrow morning. Right around 7 a.m., seeing the temperature drop to 6 degree wind chill, and even getting into the 10s as we go into the afternoon hours of tomorrow. So not only is it going to be a very, very snowy day and evening, it's going to be very, very chilly, with those temperatures even staying in the 20s as we go into tomorrow. Now, once again, taking a look at this system, we are going to be seeing some widespread snow to start, mainly during the evening hours of Saturday, and it's going to switch over to a wintry mix as we head into Sunday morning, starting with sleet and ending with freezing rain. And due to that cold air mass that is coming in, it's not going anywhere anytime soon, so we're going to be seeing that ice as well as that snow stick around at least into the early portions of next week and maybe even later. So taking a look at our future cast, starting off with the storm likely making its start in Texas right around 6 p.m. tonight. It's going to slowly make its way up towards us, where we'll start to see the snowfall this evening, tomorrow evening, right around 6 p.m. That'll be the snowfall start. Once we get into early Sunday, it's going to be very, very heavy snow right ahead of it turning into more of a mix, where we'll see the sleet to start, ending with the freezing rain. Southside will be the first to see the freezing rain coming on Sunday, and by Monday we could see some residual wintry precip. Now, I wanted to take a moment and recognize the different types of precip that we could see from this and what causes that. So if it were to rain, that would be a warm air aloft all the way from the surface to the upper atmosphere, where everything is above freezing. Once we look at freezing rain, we're seeing those freezing temperatures at the surface, but all above us are warmer temperatures, and sleet is very similar. The main difference is there is more cold air below that warm air up in the upper atmosphere, so it is having more time to freeze and become more of an ice pellet style, and snow is just freezing air all the way down the upper air column. So take a moment, take a look at this. Hopefully that makes some more sense as to why we are seeing different types of wintry precip. And basically what is happening is when this warm air comes in later on Sunday, it's mainly only coming in the upper atmosphere, giving us that freezing rain and sleet. So as the upper air warms up, it's going to transition from the sleet into the freezing rain. And taking a look at this timeline, once again, starting off with the snow, once we get to about 1 to 8 a.m., that's when we're going to start to see the snow transition into sleet. And then once the sun rises, we're going to see those temperatures aloft really start to climb, and we're going to see the sleet change from sleet to freezing rain. And then we'll start to see that freezing rain start to wrap up later Sunday afternoon, going into early Monday morning. So that said, taking a look at our snow forecast, we are predicting 1 to 4 inches in Southside as well as the southern parts of New River Valley. As you head north, you're noticing there is more snowfall and less chance of ice. So Southside as well as over towards the New River Valley, especially the southern parts, could see half an inch or more of ice on top of the 1 to 4 inches of snow. Now, once we see Roanoke, Lynchburg, the northern parts of New River Valley, such as Christiansburg, Blacksburg, parts of Wytheville, Bluefield, we are anticipating seeing 4 to 8 inches of snow, as well as an additional 1/4 inch to half an inch of ice on top of that. And the Highlands are expecting to see 8 to 12 inches of snow in addition to a 1/4 inch or less of ice. So though they are seeing the least amount of ice, the ice is still something to look out for. it is still a good amount of ice that could take down power lines. It could cause power outages, and along with that heavy snowfall, it could be pretty detrimental to some neighborhoods especially. But once we have this start to wrap up, we are actually not going to be seeing much warmer temperatures in the next coming days. So today we're seeing a high of 46 degrees, but as we head into tomorrow, getting up to 25 degrees, which is 22 degrees below the January average. Same deal with Sunday, and as we head into Monday, actually cooling off a tad, 24-degree high. Then we're only going to see the 30s as we head into Tuesday as well as the next couple days. Now Wednesday, though we are breaking the freezing point, it is going to be pretty cloudy for the next couple days, and with the snowpack that we will be seeing, those clouds are going to act almost as a blanket and kind of give us a cooler or refrigerator effect, as I like to call it. So it's going to keep those cooler temperatures within the area, and it's likely not going to cause the ice to melt or snow to melt. So it's likely to stick around for at least the next little bit. But taking a look at your next 7 days, we will see the low temperature get to about 18 tonight ahead of the system that it's coming around 6 p.m. on tomorrow. And as we go into Sunday, we will see those temperatures stay very, very chilly, and we will have those cold temps stick around for the remainder of the week. Now, it is important to stay calm, but also stay prepared. So I urge all of you all to prepare as well as stay safe.